Lily is going to make dinner for the Perkins family tonight. She's going to make 2 pepperoni pizzas. It's a very easy recipe. You all can do this. We're going to do it in class, and you can easily do it at home. Here's the recipe. And here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a large bowl, flour, sugar, oil, rapid rise yeast, and salt to make your dough. Then on top of once you've made your pizza, you're going to just need some pizza sauce, whatever kind of cheese you like, and whatever kind of toppings you like. We are going to do pepperoni. As well, you're going to need a rolling pin, measuring cup, tablespoon, teaspoon, and probably just a wooden spoon to stir. And then you'll need your pizza plate. Alright, so Lily's going to get started. At first she is going to mix together 1 cup of flour with the yeast. She needs to one cup of flour and 1 package of yeast. Now you'll notice she only used 1 cup of flour to get started with. Your recipe calls for 2 cups, but initially you only use 1 cup of flour. You add the yeast, then you add 1½ teaspoons of sugar. Makes your crust sweet. 1½ teaspoons. One and a half teaspoons. Then you can add 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Now the next step is very important. She's going to add 2/3 cup of very, very hot water. So she's going to turn on our spigot and get the water as hot as it goes. And in our house, that's pretty hot. At school, you all might want to microwave it to get it hot. The reason why she's going to put hot water in there is because the hot water is going to activate your yeast. If you use cold water, it's not going to work properly. So 2/3 cup hot water. Is it hot?
Yeah, it's really hot.
Okay. Next, she's going to add 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Tablespoons, 3.
I'm just going to do 2 and then 1.
Sounds like a plan. All right, once she has it all mixed, which she does now, she's going to mix it really well, probably just with her hands, or if your hands are washed. And it's going to be really sticky.
I'm just going to do it with this first.
Okay. So she's going to get that mixed well. Once it's mixed well, then she's going to add the other cup of flour. That's your second cup of flour. She has that mixed very well, so she's going to add the other cup of flour. And she's going to mix that really well. And that's going to take a little while to mix it up really well. And this takes a good bit of mixing. She's got to really get that flour mixed in there. Once she gets it all in, she actually can dump it out on the countertop and can really start kneading it. She's going to dump it all out on the countertop. I think that'll make it easier. Takes about 4 or 5 minutes to get it all mixed together. And just dump the whole bowl with all your flour. Make sure you have space. There you go. Pile it in and really knead it all together. Let's just beat it up. About 4 or 5 minutes she's going to do this until it's a nice soft ball, kind of like Play-Doh. Now it's looking good. And I think Lily has that one kneaded together pretty well, so she is actually going to cover it with just a cloth here, and she's going to let it sit while she makes the next one. That's going to help the dough rise. Just cover it up, we'll keep it moist, keep it warm, and help the yeast rise, the dough rise. So now she's going to start the second one, because for our family, we want 2 pizzas. Alright, so while Lily is mixing up her second batch of dough, kind of look at the cost of this recipe. We've probably used maybe $1 worth of flour. The pizza sauce is $1.50, so that's $2.50. And we're probably going to use about $3 worth of cheese, so that's $5.50. And then the bag of pepperonis are about $2.50. So that's $8 that we've spent. I'm not even going to count the cost of the sugar, oil, salt, because that's minuscule. So we're going to have 2 nice homemade pizzas for about $8. So Lily has put a little bit, notice, just a little bit of flour on the counter. She's going to spread that out. That will keep your dough from sticking to the counter. Just a little bit, not a whole bunch. Now, if we were making small individual pizzas, she would divide the dough up into small balls and make small pizzas. But we're going to make a big pizza, so she's going to keep it all together. She's going to press it out, and then she's going to take the rolling pin to it and roll it. Her pizza crust is a little dry, so she's really having to push hard on the rolling pin. She probably was a little bit liberal, used a little bit too much flour. That's okay. When you're adding the second cup of flour, add a little bit at a time instead of dumping the whole cup in all at once. But it'll work.
Keeps going back in.
It'll work. All right, now, do you want to toss it?
Hang on.
That's the fun part.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got it. You're good. All right, now. Toss it up. Don't let it fall. Now, this is really an art that the Italian pizza makers have. A lot better than we do, but it's fun. So you can toss it. Now, what you have to do is stretch your arm, pull it.
The flour is going everywhere.
Flour up your nose. All
And
right,
my
why don't you
eyes.
roll it out a little bit more?
I told you we didn't need more flour.
All right, roll it out a little bit more. You want it to be pretty thin and stretched out. Awesome. Well, it kind of depends. If you want really thick crust, like a pan pizza, that's really thick crust.
Hopefully it won't spray me with flour.
Oh, are you going to throw it again?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she has put her pizza crust on the pan, and 1 can of the pizza crust will make 2 pizzas. So she's going to put about half of that and spread it out on her pizza. And then she's going to set it aside, the rest of it aside for the next pizza. She's going to spread it all the way out, cover it, leave a little bit around of dough around the edge for a nice crust. Now she's going to add her cheese, kind of as much as you want. If you like it really cheesy or not a lot, it's up to you. And we're going to add pepperonis. Add whatever kind of topping you like. Vegetables, sausage. You might as well just dump it, the bag on there. There you go. All right. And your pepperoni. And that's it. Then we're going to put it in the oven on 400. Takes about 15 minutes for it to bake. So using hot mitts, Lily's going to carefully remove it from the oven and set it on the top of the stove. First pizza looks wonderful. Second pizza still cooking.